Everybody, welcome back to A Sweet Journey. I am Sonia, also known as Sweets. And this evening, I just wanted to talk a little bit about something that just happened this week that's really impactful, but I think it's good. You know, sometimes things are bittersweet, and that's kind of where I am today. So, about 6 years ago, as I've told you all many times before, I lost my mom. And one of the things that I gained was uh, uh, I was gifted a dog. And so the idea was to help me through kind of the mourning process. Um, and it was very, very helpful. It was a wonderful gift. So I went into the area where the dogs were, and I said I was going to let the dog choose me. And so the dogs are all in this cage, and they're all little puppies, and they're all named after states. And um, Alabama, who I call Allie, pushed her way through all of her brothers and sisters and came up to the cage and put her paw on the cage. And it literally was love at first sight. As That's my baby. So one of my best memories was when I was really, really sad about my mom being gone, and it would just hit me sometimes like in waves. And I was sitting at home, and I was sitting Indian style on the floor, and Allie was like, she could fit in my hand. She was so little. And she came, I was crying, and I had my head in my hands, and I was crying, and tears were falling down. And she walked over and climbed into my legs and just looked up at me. And she was looking up at me while I was bawling. And that was probably the most, it was a beautiful moment. And so she's not deceased. I know I'm setting this up like she is. She is not. So let me just say that. I went and we spent time together over the weekend. And what's happening now, so I had her for over 5 years, and she's been my baby this entire time. However, in the job that I have now, I travel a lot. Although I'm not traveling right now, I travel a lot. And when I would leave, she would get really sick, and she'd get diarrhea, and she'd throw up, and she was just really, really highly stressed. And so I prayed and I asked God to send a family that would love her and love her like I love her. And within a week, I had a person that works at the same company as I work, and she reached out and said, "Hey, my daughters really want to watch your dog. Like, they love her so much. They met her like at the park or at some party or something like that, and they really just want to watch her." And I was like, "Sure, you know." And then I had the conversation with her about the idea that I travel, and it would be incredible if perhaps we could set up something to where she could stay with them when I traveled. And she said, "We would love that so much." And so we started to do that, and that went really, really well over the time that I was traveling. And then I got to the place where she would come and visit me and have the same symptoms that she had with me when I would leave out of town. So she would start throwing up, and she had diarrhea really badly. And so she really started missing them as a family. And so just recently, I just made a quality choice where I'd asked them a few times about the idea of keeping her, and they always thought that I would like want to change my mind or something like that. I didn't. I wasn't really going to, but they were pretty much saying like she could be in that holding space with them for as long as I wanted. But this last visit was different. This last visit, she wouldn't eat at all. She would, well, she would only eat chicken, but even, and then when she would eat chicken, she would she would get really sick and all of that. And then I don't know, one of the characteristics about her that I like so much is that she's an incredible communicator. And so she made it really clear she was ready to go. And she did that with her eyes. She just kind of like looked like, okay, can I go home now? And then she decided at 1:30 in the morning, she thought I should take her to go potty. I took her out. I had on my pajamas and I did not want to, like, I had no desire to walk around the block, but that's what she wanted. And I said, hey, like, use the potty in the grass. There's all this grass. Like, use the potty here. And she refused. And so I said, well, let's go back in the house then. We went back in the house and she crapped all in my room and in the basement. And that was huge. And so I went back to the family again and I said, you know, I really would like permanence. I'd like to have a permanent conversation about where she will live. And my desire is that she live with you because she loves you all so much. And they said we would love to take her. And so they did. And so Alabama is with her family, who she loves very much. And yeah, and that's it. So I wanted to share that with you all because Alabama is someone, and she thinks she's a people, so I'm going to regard her as a people. But she's very special to me, and I'm just happy that she's happy. And yeah, so that is the latest on that. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like the content, please thumbs up. You're welcome to hit the bell notification and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Bye.